Hi, I'm Jordan from Kettner Creative. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the quiet USB output issue that some users experience when they use the Yamaha MG10XU audio mixing console. Now, some people say when they plug in their microphone, they crank it up, they're just not getting the output that they require. Or people on their live stream are constantly telling them to turn up and they can't figure out what else they need to do to get more output out of the mixer. So the mixer is here in front of me today. The USB output is already connected to my laptop. So we're going to try a couple different things with two different types of microphones here. We have the Shure SM58, which is a handheld dynamic microphone, and we have the Shure SM7B, which has a notoriously high gain requirement. So first of all, we're going to connect the Shure SM58 into the first channel on this audio mixing console. Now, I'm just going to quickly look over the audio mixing console just to make sure that we're all starting from the same place. Let's turn all the white knobs down to 0. All the red knobs will be straight up. The green knobs will be straight up. So now we have a completely reset mixing console. Now, for the USB output of this audio mixer, it operates independently. It has a fixed gain output. Adjusting the stereo output here does nothing for the USB output on this mixer. This stereo output knob only affects the balanced 1/4 inch outputs and the XLR outputs from the stereo out section of the mixer. This does not have an effect on the USB output, just so we're all clear. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the gain properly on this first microphone, and we're going to see how it sounds, and we'll go from there. So first of all, we're going to turn the level up all the way to this triangle. Some people only go halfway. I'm telling you, go all the way to the triangle. That's known as 0 or unity. That's where you're going to get the highest volume to noise ratio. It's the best starting point for this microphone. And then we can see here we're not getting any level from this microphone. So what we need to do is we need to turn up the gain here. We're going to turn up the gain all the way until we get to 0. We want it constantly hitting 0, but we don't want it hitting +6. So that's how you should be setting your gain. Dynamic microphones, like the Shure SM58, do require more gain than a condenser microphone, generally speaking. Obviously, there's variances between different microphones, but generally speaking, you need quite a bit of gain to get a dynamic microphone going. But we can see here that we're set up pretty well. So I'm going to open up a brand new GarageBand project here. It's going to detect the USB mixer. We're going to say that we want a microphone coming in input 1 and 2. And just for fun, we're just going to hit record. Like right off the bat, you can see we set up the gain properly. We're hitting 0 on the mixer in front of me. And on GarageBand, the meters are coming in exactly where we want them. The way that proper gain structure works is it's supposed to work like this, where it comes right up the middle. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So we're just going to hit record so we can see how this sounds. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what a Shure SM58 sounds like with proper gain structure when it's plugged in to the Yamaha MG10XU audio console. So to me, that waveform looks exactly the way it's supposed to look. It comes in at about the -18 mark, which is what you're looking for, is something like this. That should be enough that if you're getting into OBS, you can maybe compress it, add a couple more decibels of gain, and you're right where you need to be. I wouldn't add more gain to that without a compressor because you're just going to end up peaking and it's not going to sound good. That's when you get degraded audio when you're peaking like that. Next, I'm going to show you the Shure SM7B, which has a notoriously high gain requirement. So we're going to turn down the first microphone. We're going to plug this one in. This is a dynamic microphone as well, so we don't need phantom power or anything like that. Phantom power, in any case, will not do anything for your dynamic microphone. A dynamic microphone has an internal magnet, and the diaphragm interacts with a coil, and that coil generates electricity by interacting with the magnet. By adding phantom power, that doesn't help that interaction between the voice coil and the magnet. It doesn't improve quality in any way whatsoever. It only helps condenser microphones. So just leave that off if you're using a dynamic microphone. That's not part of the problem. So next we're going to talk on the Shure SM7B. And again, we're going to turn this level up all the way to that triangle position. We don't really want to go higher than that. And we're going to start cranking up the gain. Now you can see here, we're already at 3/4. We're at 3 o'clock on the gain. We're just barely moving this meter. Check 1, 2. If we crank it up all the way, even if we crank up the level a little bit, I'm speaking quite loud into this microphone, but we're going to record it anyway just to see what it sounds like here. This is the Shure SM7B recorded into this audio mixer and kicked out to GarageBand. So it's pretty good. Like, that microphone had to be right on my mouth and I was projecting pretty well. If I was doing a live stream, I probably wouldn't be speaking that loud into that microphone. So what you're gonna need to do, if you're in a situation like this and you just need more gain out of your microphone, you're gonna need something like the Cloud Lifter. This is kind of a good news, bad news situation. The good news is there's a solution for your problem. The bad news is it's quite expensive. We have pricing in the description below of what a Cloud Lifter costs. There's many different versions. There's one that looks like a dynamite stick. There's the FET head. There's one by Radial. I'm gonna link to all those just so you have them all and you can check them out for yourself. But what this will basically do is this takes phantom power from your board and it will reduce the gain that is required by about 20 to 25 decibels depending on the model that you get. So I'm going to show you how to plug this in and we're going to see how much less gain we need when we use the Cloud Lifter. So we're going to unplug the XLR, we're going to plug that into the Cloud Lifter. We're going to need another XLR cable to take it from the Cloud Lifter and plug it into the audio mixing console. We're going to turn the gain all the way down on this channel. We're going to turn on the phantom power. And then we are going to speak into the microphone as we turn up the level. And we're going to bring up the gain. So right away you can see that we were able to chop off. We were fully maxed on the gain before. And now we're at about 10:30, 11 o'clock on the gain knob. And we're right where we need to be. Maybe I'll turn up just a little bit so we're hitting that 0. And now we're going to hit record again in GarageBand. So this is what it sounds like with the Shure SM7B. We cut the gain down by a large percentage just because we use the Cloud Lifter. So as you can see there, we definitely, compared to the previous meter, we have some room to turn it up a little bit, but look how much gain we reduced. So we were able to get way more output out of that microphone. Unfortunately, on something like the Yamaha MG10XU that doesn't have an independent volume knob for the USB output, that is your best bet and your best solution to getting more gain out of your microphone. Now, I don't think that you need something like the Cloud Lifter if you're using a handheld dynamic. We definitely had enough headroom to turn up more gain, and you can always turn up a little bit of gain in OBS or whatever software you're using as well. So that's how you'd fix the Yamaha quiet volume USB issue. Unfortunately, it means you have to buy something else, but there is a solution to get more input into the board because you really need it to get to that 0 position on the meter on the console. That's where you need to hit. If you have any questions about this, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Again, pricing and specs for everything that you see in this video is in the description. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.